All right. So apparently we've got to do this a couple times. So bear with me for a minute. Sorry about that, but hopefully you guys found your way over here, and we'll be able to jump into this in a couple seconds. I'll give it a couple minutes for people to find their way over, and then we'll go ahead and jump into it. So yeah. So this weekend, I did get Chelsea did come home. It was fall break for Michigan State, so it was good to see her. Um, So if you didn't see it on like Discord, we did go to the Michigan State Nebraska game. It was Friday night, so I figured we'd go watch that, and then I'd take her home. So, um, so I'll say a quick hello to everyone. Um, Small buzz. All right, let's try this. I don't get one of these. Um, all right, you should have sound now. All right, you guys should hear me now. I was just saying, Chelsea and I went to Michigan State. Had a really great time with that. Went to the Michigan State Nebraska game. That was went really well. Obviously, Nebraska won since they're the number one team in the country, but that was that was fun. So without further ado, I mean the sound in here kind of doesn't matter today. Really matters more outside. This does take um, usually does take about an hour for me to go through all of it. So we're gonna head into the barn, and I'm gonna jump in and go ahead and do that. So I'll see you in about 2 minutes in the barn, and we'll go ahead and get started with it. right, give me 1 second. All right, let me know if you hear. I'm going to flip it over real quick and let me know if you hear anything. You should hear some sort of tank noise. All right, you should be good now. I think it should be good. All right, I'll be back. I'll be back out there. All right, you should be able to hear me now. But I'm going to bring it upstairs just to make sure. So, all right. All right. All right, good. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and head back downstairs. Now, all of these, I didn't clean all of these perfect. I realized there was a couple that I wasn't able to clean how I wanted. But we'll start at the top here. This is the Cyprochromis tank that you see in the streams. There's a little bit I needed to clean here, so I apologize for that. But they're doing pretty well. Got a whole bunch of babies in here. And then I do have quite a bit of Crypt Windetta. I believe it's Crypt Windetta green. I might harvest a little of this and take it to the auction, but we'll see. This is a 55-gallon. I've got it running with the Aquarium Co-op black sponge filters on it. Other than that, pretty straightforward. I think you guys have seen that tank quite a lot. So, all right, heading down to the bottom here. This is a new addition. This is the Xenophorus captivus green goodad from the Bledos location with the ESU number there. There's I believe it's 2 males and a female, I believe. You can see the male's got kind of like the line on it. There's the female. These were breeding for the gentleman that had them, so So that's good news. So hopefully I can get some fry from these. This is one that I don't think a lot of people have. So just some, I've been doing a lot of my good dad tanks this way right now. I try to do colony breeding as much as I can. Doesn't always work, but for most fish, it's seemed to work eventually. So I got the rock formation here, and then I put one in the back. So I've been doing that. And then moving over here, the next tank here this is another 37-gallon cube. This is home to the Crocodon Audax from El Toboso. These have actually started breeding pretty well for me. We'll see if I can get the male in there. Oh, there's a better male right there. So there's the male. These are from Aqualab. I got these from a gentleman named Jürgen Kasprick, who's Jim Langhammer's brother-in-law. So he's, pretty good lineage of these. There's fry. You can see the fry. I've struggled with these for a long time, but I've kind of figured it out now. You can see a little male right there, with a little female. These rock things seem to work pretty well, these little rock formations. I'm going to add a little bit to it, just so that there's more hiding spots to it. But this has seemed to work with the Crocodons for me. There was at least 6 fry in here. So hopefully we'll see some more. I really want to get this to kind of a big colony before. I know that's going to take quite a long time before I actually, think about selling things off and doing things like that. But yeah, really happy with this. You can see a couple females down here too. So really happy with that one. All right, next. All right, up next here, this is actually, I'm going to take these fish to the next auction. I'm kind of gotten tired of Tropheus. Now, no reason in particular. I just kind of over them. But this is the Tropheus Morai Maplungu. I started with a couple of fish in here. I started with 3, and now I've ended up with this kind of nice colony here. And then there are some crypts on the bottom. I need to lower the light a little bit on this. It's got a co-op light on it, so I think I need to lower the light down a little bit. Next fish up here is the Xenotoca melanosoma from, there's the information on it. So, yeah, so this is Xenotoca melanosoma. These are kind of slow breeders for me. I do get fry occasionally, but they kind of like some heat to them too. This is one of the few that do like some heat. So I've got some juveniles in here, which is a good thing. But I might add some more rocks to this one too. All right, next one up, another 40 breeder. This one is the Xiphophorus guntheri helleri. This is Xiphophorus helleri guntheri from Golden Stream in Belize. There's quite a few fry in here. There's the male. He's getting kind of old, I think. I mean, I put him in the fish show at the Clash. I think he got reclassified to the normal helleri, which I wasn't thrilled about, but it is what it is. You see there's a male kind of developing there. So, a nice little wild type sword. Moving onwards here, Scyphia multipunctata from Tangaquaro. Don't have a really nice male right now. I mean, I think this is the nicest male I have. This tank's a little dirty too. Should have cleaned this one too. But that's really not much to say about these. Again, you got the rock formations in here. Hornwort on top. Down here, you're not going to see them, unfortunately. But there are some Cyprochromis leptosoma from Correge Island. I think there's at least a male and female in here. I'll show you another male because he jumped the tank and he's over here. So there's the other male. And for whatever reason, cherry shrimp seem to live in here. These are the ones I entered in the fish show and got second place. But you can see all these really large, nice red cherry shrimp. So I'm going to try to fetch a lot of these out and put them in a 10-gallon and see if I can get that line going a little bit more. Up next, another fish that I'm going to probably Move on mostly from, I'm going to keep like a pair, and I'm going to sell off the, for some reason I've got a bunch of males, but this is the Nichols mouth breeder, Pseudochronabulus nicholsi. So I'm going to maybe, like, I'll keep the female and maybe a male or two, and then the other males I'm going to kind of say goodbye to and see if I can get that breeding. Next, Neolamprologus similis up here. I've had these for quite a long time. Pretty nice established colony. I probably need to get some more shells again. Looks like they're kind of low. These are a little bit reclusive, but these are the Xiphophorus clementia. You can see one here in the corner. This tank I just set up down here. So, and then up next here, they talked about this fish on the stream with M&C Aquatics and Greg Sage. These are Xiphophorus maiae. So there's the male, female, and there's the female. So this is a 40 breeder, just with a bunch of guppy grass in it. I'll probably clear some of that out for the auction. Just so you guys know, that's the auto water change system. This runs off an Amazon Alexa. It runs 2 different floors. It'll run the bottom floor twice a day and the top floor twice a day for 2 minutes each. But I'll give you another look at the maiae now that they're out a little bit. And then this is the mixed Tanganyikan tank. I'm actually going to take this tank out. And I'm going to either move or sell most of the fish that are in here. I've got the Callichromis Pelosporus Flame Rainbow, which I'll sell. I'll sell the Parasiprochromis that are in here. I think there's 2 of those in here. And then the Lamprologus ornatopinus I'm actually going to keep. Because there's actually fry from these floating around in here. If you look down here, you might be able to see them. Yeah, you see a little fry in there. So I do want to keep those. I want to BAP those, but catching them will be kind of a tall order. Next here, this is the Antinobius toweri from LL Spring. You can see here still, the albinos are still in here. These are pretty prolific breeders. Other than that, I've got some Rotala indica in here, a little bit of hornwort, and then I've got some crips. You know, these are kind of breed like rabbits. So up next here, we have the Capelixes and Caustis. These were the fish that were in the tubs over the summer. These did quite well. These will probably go in tubs again next summer because that's the only way I've gotten them to breed, at least this group of them. So you can see the babies are growing up quite quickly here. I mean, these guys were pretty small when I brought them inside, but they've definitely put on some size. So nice fish. Really like these. Up next here, this is the other Tropheus that I'm going to be getting rid of at the auction. These are the Tropheus Melorio Red Morai. I got these from my friend Scott. I'm just kind of over them. I think he kind of is too. I mean, just want to do something else with the tank. I might put in, I don't know what I'm going to do yet with the tank, but I might put Gideon species in there. Up next, you may not see these fish. They're skittish, and these are another one going to the auction too. These are the Callichromis macrops. Sorry, it took me a second. But yeah, these have been skittish. I don't really like these. Figured I'd try them out. They're like Tanganyikan cichlid, just not my cup of tea. Moving on here. This is the oldest Gideon colony I have in the fish room. This is the Mecha Splendens. These are the original Robert Rush Miller fish from 1966. I got these back in 2019 and have had them ever since. They've kind of gone through a generational flip. I think a lot of the older fish now have died off, and we now have the newer, a lot of the newer generations kind of coming up. You can see they're not small. I used to have some real big ones in here, but these have kind of flipped over. I'm not selling these for a while just because, at the auctions and stuff, I just want to get the colony kind of grown back up again, and then maybe we'll look at doing some more. But this has been a really fun colony for me to have. I've had this for a long time and kind of something I'm kind of proud of. So next here, mostly in here you have Antinomia's Tower Rye from Laguna das Antiajitos. You also have a ton of cherry shrimp in here, and then you have a bunch of Java fern, or Java moss, excuse me. So, and then going up above here, we have the Cyprochromis, Leptosoma, and Pibway Blue Neon. So, see these guys have been breeding. Female is holding again. You can see her kind of in the back. You guys probably can't see her from, can't zoom in enough on her, but cool fish. Over here, this tank's always been kind of murky a little bit, but these are the trout goodeids. I got these from a gentleman that was getting out of the hobby mostly. So I was able to get those from him. So I got a nice big colony of these. Just kind of letting them stabilize. I had to treat them for some disease, and I don't think I'm completely done with that. I think I might get some levamisole from Greg Sage and try to just, clean these guys up once and for all. Got some high fin Variatus platies. They're kind of hanging towards the back, so I don't know if you guys how well you can see those. But might go to the auction too. These never bred for me. They're cool fish, kind of nice show fish, but not really. They've not really bred. Kind of disappointed in that actually. Up next here is Limia Islay. Got a pretty nice tank of these. These breed like rabbits. I need to clean this tank up. That's probably one of my Christmas tasks is to get this tank sorted back out again. As you see, there's a bunch of hair algae at the bottom, so not my favorite. But we're going to go ahead and get that cleaned out. And, I'll have to move this out of the way. So I just set up these 10 gallons like a week ago. But I did move my blue-green bicolor guppies in here. You can see the female; they're all female, but they're all hit. So we'll try to get those going. Up next here, we've got this mixed tank. You've got the Melantania pagua finis. You've got the rainbow cichlids, which might be kind of another auction item in here. These came from the same guy I got the trout goodeids from. I have two male Iliodon whitey in here that I actually have a certificate of authenticity for, but there's no female, so I'm kind of hosed on those. And then he's hiding in the corner right here. There's you have the Allophorus robustus. I don't have a location for him, so he lives by himself. And then you do have the gourami in the back, the two dwarf gouramis. One of these is the one I brought to the fish show that got reserved best of show. So we're going to go ahead here and we'll show you the fry rack, and then we'll head upstairs and kind of do the upstairs part. So there's quite a bit going on in the fry rack right now. The rainbow cichlid I just showed you from the other tank. There's 3 fry of those in here. You may not be able to see them. There's 2 in here. And then there's the big one that's right there. Got multicolored guppies from upstairs are in here. And the glare in here is awful, so I apologize. Let me see if that helps at all. There's a bunch of these. I've got to probably harvest these and put them in the main tank. Up above me here, you've got Xenotoka lion's eye. A bunch of fry from those. These came from the fish that I had in the summer tubs. Then you've got Xiphophorus variatus from Rio Coquilco. Let me reorient myself here. And then there's a female Liberty Molly I just put in here. I'm hoping that she drops. They haven't been eating the fry, but I figured I'd try to get one drop to see how many she dropped, but she's not. There she is right there. So, and then I've got some plecos in here. Let me see if I can. I have to go up a step. Hold on. Now some plecos in here. I don't. They're on the bottom of the thing, if you can see. I just ran them off. So this is another one I got to kind of harvest and figure out where I'm going to put them. And then we've got the Xiphophorus pygmaeus that are in here. I do have the location for these. This is kind of a temporary tank for them. I'm going to see if they get any bigger. They may live here permanently, and I'll put a permanent sticker on them. Or maybe I'll move them to one of the 10 gallons. But for right now, these are all 5.5 gallon tanks, other than this little one, which I think it's like a 4 gallon. But yeah, the Xiphophorus pygmaeus. I just picked these up at my local club meeting. We had DJ Hemmerline come and speak. So I was pretty happy to get these. I'm going to head upstairs real quick, and I'm going to see what questions you guys have, because I can't see the chat. So I will go up here and see what you guys have going on. All right. All right. Let me see. So hello, Stephen. All right. So I think let me go through here real quick. Got Branton. Hello. So Ed said, "Yep, rocks for cracodons." Yep, we'll see some more here in a minute. So Ed said his. I'm gonna guess he's talking about the. Cause I can't see the chat while I'm down there. So minor two. I'm assuming the Clemenciae. And then I think the hold on to them is referring to the Maiae. So Leroy, thank you for the comment. It said beautiful fish. All right, so I think that's about it. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. So let's start. I guess we'll kind of start at my desk here. We'll slide over this way real quick, and we'll see. We'll hold on a minute. We're not going to start there. We're gonna have to turn the lights off so we don't have. All right. So now that we're in the dark, unfortunately, I had my light die today, so I only have. I usually use a lot of these shop lights. That one is aged out. I just haven't had a chance to replace it. I have replacements down in the basement, so I'll take care of that later. But starting, I guess here, I'm a little concerned I might not have any of these left. But this is Xiphophorus multilineatus from Rio Koi. I might have to investigate that tank a little bit and see. I knew I had a couple at one point. I don't know. Those may not be there anymore. Up next, we got stack endlers. Got quite a few of those. I got these at a fish show or at a fish auction for $10 for a bunch of females and a fry, and it's turned into a really nice colony for me. Up next here, Heterandria formosa. Those are actually out, and you can see them. Up here next is a pair of Pasilia butleri. I think I did see a fry in here finally from these. I've had these in 3 or 4 different tanks, and I saw a fry, and I don't know. Without my reading glasses on, I probably won't be able to see it. So up next here is the melanistic Gambusia holbrooki. They're in here, but this is one of those kind of providing a lot of hiding space for fish. So, so that one not so good, but they are in there. Next, I have the Puebla platies, and these have gotten very long in the tooth, unfortunately. I've had a couple drops of fry over the years, and they're not out now, but they're in the back somewhere. but they're getting very long in the tooth, unfortunately. So, so if we come back around and I see them, I'll point them out to you. Up next here is the Dwarf Mary Widow. The Phylactes quadripunctatus. I got these from Dan. Let me find one. These are another one those are a real pain to film because they're really, really small. I might move these to a 10-gallon too. They're all going away from the camera. So, but I may have enough to bap these in all of this guppy grass. I just don't know. Like, I know they've been dropping fry because I've seen it, but don't really know on that one. Up next down here, Xenotoka Eisenai. These are the original Eisenai from Nayarit. It took me 2 years to breed these fish, but I finally put them out in summer tubs, and they bred for me. There's quite a few fry. I'm almost to the point where I might be able to get some of these out to some of my other fellow fish keepers finally. You know, I'm gonna, because these are the ones that this is the fish too that I'm the I guess the curator or keeper of the information of who has these for the Gidead working group. These are the oldest Gidead species in the hobby from 1955. Came from Robert Rush Miller through Jim Langhammer, and then I think a lot of people around Michigan have these. I put out something in the Gidead working group, but no one. I mean, I've got a few hits. I know of a few people who have them, but I don't think there's many out there. So I'm going to get these out to some folks. I got kind of a list of a couple people at first I want to get these to, and then you know, from there hopefully we can get these out a little bit with the. I think they may be out there with, but people don't know they have. Because Scotty had one that said like St. Christian Spring or something. I think it may be the same fish, but I don't know. And I wouldn't tell him to sell it with this without knowing. Like my Spanish isn't very good, so can't really say. Up next here, these are the red bicolor guppies that I got from the guppy show. Unfortunately, they spawned. I lost the original adults, which is kind of expected. But I've got all males, so I think these are all males, so I'm kind of bummed about that. But I'm going to grow these up at least and see kind of how they turn out, and then from there decide what I'm going to do with them. After that, got some Green Lantern platies, which kind of all right, I guess. This is one they might end up in the auction too. I've got some Glow Light Danios in here. I bought those for the bull show at the club, so I may actually try moving the platies out and putting a bunch more rocks in here and seeing if I can breed the Glow Light Danios, just colony breeding them, but we'll see. This is a yellow form of Helleri that I have in here with orange bellies. Of course, they come to the tank all the time except for right now. That's awesome. Let me see if I can find them in there. I literally just saw them before we left. There's one way in the back that you're not going to see. Next to those guys are these Ephophoros Helleri from Rio Ayatoak. Got these at the Keystone Clash. Put on a fair amount of size since they've been in the fish room, so pretty happy about that. Up next is these platinum white guppies. This might be another. Hopefully, we got some females in that one. So, and then this tank I set up at the bottom. I'm not going to show you this. This has got Corridorus Aeneas, but they've stirred up all the sand. Up next here is the Posilia Bozemanii, or Bozemanii. These are from. I just got these at the Swamis auction. So, kind of a newly described Molly species. So, this is another tank I just set up. I need to get some more plants in here and some more rocks, but hopefully I can get those to breed. Next up here, Genesia ansa. One-sided live bear or jaguar live bear. Got 8 of these from Curtis. Unfortunately, I think they spent a good amount of time in the mail, so a bunch of them didn't end up making it, but I do have these. So, and then down here, we have the Posilia picta. There should be 2 of them in here. The other one's kind of hiding out right now, but yeah, nice, cool little wild guppy. I'll go flip back here and see what questions you guys have. So, all right, let's see. So Beto says those eyes and I are super nice. Thank you. It's a little weird in here. I usually don't turn the lights off in here, so it's kind of weird filming in here right now because I'm kind of in the dark. But didn't want to get all the glare, so yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next ones. Got Jardin's Metallicus. This is the black form, which I like better than the yellow form. I don't really like the yellow form that much. So there's a bunch of guppy grass, some cryptophinus in here as well. This is another one of those 37-gallon cubes. Kind of an annoying tank, but tank size, everything. I got these from a store that was closing, so I mean it's okay, I guess. But I probably just would have done 29s instead. Up next here is we've got Limia Islay, or sorry, not Limia Islay, Limia Perugiae. These are from La Anzufrada. This is another one I've had for quite a long time. Let me turn this so you're not in the glare from the tank below it. So the males in this are absolutely beautiful. Got a nice wild sheen on them. This is probably another tank I need to redo a little bit. I've got some of the plants I've gotten from Steven. I think I've got some Bacopa maybe hanging out in the back. And then I've got Hygrophila angustifolia. I think there's some more that kind of came undone is up there too. So, and then I also have Praecox rainbows in here. So down here, this is the Chapelithius pardalis. These are the rare version. These are the from the Balneario. There's a bath that was made out of their habitat. So these are the Chapa 1 ESU from. I got these from Josh Cook when I visited his fish room. I think I started out with 4 or 5 of these guys, and now have a pretty nice, robust colony of these. So, you know, shout out to him for keeping these around. I don't think many people have got these. They're easy to breed, thankfully. These are some of the easiest fish to breed for the Goodeids. So, you know, it's provide them some cover, and they kind of do their thing. So, up next, Jardinus falcatus, gold belly top minnow. So, related to Jardinus metallicus. I got these 2 large females from the last auction. These are enormous. I didn't think these got that big, so definitely kind of a lesson there. Next up here is a platy species that I have not seen before. I don't think, and there's no information on them, so I don't know what they look like. But these are the Xiphophorus species Regio from Santa Ana River. So I got these from. A lot of these fish come from one single gentleman. His name's Kurt Bitterling. A lot of them come from Pat Hartman too. So yep. So got these Xiphophorus Regio. So there's a bunch of fry from him. There's a couple groups of fry. So I think I bought one, and a couple other folks have some too. Up here is the multicolored guppy. I've got quite a few fry of these, so these have done really well. We saw a lot of the fry downstairs. There's another batch of fry that I already pulled and put in here. So excited about that. Up next, I need to do a little work on this colony. I probably need to clear this tank out, kind of sort fish, and because there's some in here that have some pretty bad spines on them. So I think I need to clean this up. But this is the Xenotoca dodroi. So I think I need to go through this one a little bit and do some culling on it. But very prolific. Up next here, Xenotoca lion's eye. There's a male and 2 females. Some of the fry are actually still in here. I think she drops some more. You can see there's a fry there too. So they're not eating them, which is good. But I will definitely have got some more of these. This is pretty happy about. So I may pull her again though. She's getting pretty big actually. So I might have to pull her pretty soon. So maybe that's a project for this weekend. All right, up next. We've got um, all right, so we've got in here the Stan Schubel blue guppies, blue Delta guppies. You can see that's the male there. There's another male right here. And then there's a bunch of fry in here. I need to get some more plant cover in here. I tried this bulbitis fern and it's looking a little sad. And it's kind of the same with I put a Blixa in here too, and that Blixa japonica in here, and that didn't do well either. So I have plecos in here that spawn pretty regularly. I don't do a great job of catching the babies out. I try to, but yeah, I really need to get some plants in here. Maybe I'll just grab some crypts or something from downstairs and see if I can get those going again, or put some guppy grass in here. Up next here, this is the Xiphophorus staphydium. I finally found some more of these. I had these for I think for like a year with just one fish. But Xiphophorus staphydium from El Molino de Cabotepec. So that's the older female. There's another female in the back right there, and then there's a male in here somewhere too, floating around probably in the back somewhere. But put it in a bunch of cover. Probably gonna add some more. These next ones are the Zeatoga Eisenai from Rio Compostela. I actually might take these to the auction. I think these are a more common strain than the other ones from Nayarit. So not really gonna. I think I might move those on. Next one up here. These are the double sword guppies. These were out in the tubs this year. I probably should have entered one of these in the fish show because these carry their finnage really well. Pretty nice fish. So I really like these. Fed these for a year and a half or so now. So doing quite well. Down here is the marble swords. You saw a couple of those at the Keystone Clash Fish Show. Unfortunately, I lost those two. But there's definitely some more in here that are pretty neat. Especially some of the fry. I'm going to look over from above. You can see some of the speckled markings and stuff on those. So like those, I think these may move to a different tank once I get things kind of settled. Up next in here there are some Xiphophorus maculatus from Rio Grijalva. There's one up at the top that just ran away, but I'll get this. I may have to redo this tank to get all the Java moss out of here and see. Up next, red volcano endlers. Bunch of fry. I think I sold a bunch of the males, so there's not many males left right now. So I'm gonna grow these out for a while. Blue panda guppies. Not, yeah, kind of stuff I'll bring to a swap or something like that. Up next over here, this is kind of the crown jewel for me. This is the 20-gallon hide. This is the Crocodile Audax from Los Pinos. I got these from the ALA Scat program. Probably had at least one drop of fry. So it's good news. I think maybe even two. So you can see all those right there. So those have all started to grow out nicely. Again, I've got the rocks. I probably need to add a few more. And then hopefully these guys will keep going. Up next from here, the Xiphophorus Montezuma and Montezuma swords from Rio Tomasopo. Got these at the Clash. They were fry, so it'll be a while for those to grow out. Up next, we've got the Xiphophorus Nezahua Coyote. These are, I love these fish, but the last group I had were super, super shy. So, but thankfully these have dropped fry already. I got these at the Clash too. If you look down by the rock, you might be able to see there's a fry swimming around by the rock, by the more worn rock in the back. There's probably a couple more in here too if we look hard enough for him. Yeah, he's up in the. I don't know if the camera's picking him up or not, but hopefully I can get those. I've not bapped those yet, so I can add that to the list. Up next is another the Chapel Lake, these Pardalis. These are from the more common variant, and this is another one I need to do some calling on too. This is the Presidy San Juanico. There have been some pretty wild vintages and backs have come out of those, so I need to work on those. Up next here, these are the Neolamprologus similis, no, multifasciatus, excuse me. Got quite a few of these. I moved these from the 40 breeder very recently. Down now next, Liberty Mollies. You can see the dominant male right there. This is another tank that needs a little work plant wise and stuff, but you can see the fry up in the top. I think it's time to answer some questions again, and then we'll flip around to do the last few. All right, so Yusha Daisy asked me how many tanks. There's about 70-ish. So, yes, most good aids are cold water. Which are the smallest? I mean, the smallest species, I don't know which the smallest species is. So we'll take a look over here for a second. So you guys have something to look at. Most good aids are cold water. There's some that can handle warm water, like Mecasplendens and Zenobius toweri. So, but let me see. All right. Oh, we're getting late. So let me keep going so I don't run over Bentley's time too much. Up next is the right behind my desk here. This is the Alidonychthys tamazule. Never bred these. I've tried rocks. I put them outside, and I cannot breed these to save my life. So, if Ed's still on, if he has any ideas on how to breed these, I have no clue. This is one that I've struggled with mightily. All right, down here we have the Geotoca variata from Jesus Maria, along with a bunch of Vallisneria, and I think there's some dwarf sage in here too. These have dropped quite a few fry recently. You can see the little guys in here now, kind of in the mix. So that's some good news. Got some fry going on in here. So that's kind of some good news. So this is my Bellasonics in the back. You can see them underneath the duckweed. So we'll keep working on those. Down here, it's kind of a mixed bag. This is from the tubs, but I have these are the Allophorus robustus from Lago di Zacapu. And then you've got the Bosemani rainbow fish in here as well. And then up next, you've got, the glare's really bad on that one. Hold on. And it's glare from the TV, so I apologize for that. But we got Basilia Geely. And this is going to be, I don't think there's a good way to unglare this one. So there's quite a few of these in here. I brought some to the clash. There's some fry in the back. So, but really happy with this. So good tank. Up next over here, we've got the Zoogeneticus tequila. This is I call it the co-op tanks. I bought a mystery plant pack, and I got to trim the sage and then turn the light up. But Zoogeneticus tequila, dwarf aquarium lily is over there hiding in the corner. And then I've got and I need to clean the algae out of this too, the hair algae. And then I've got red tiger lotus. All right, down here, I think this is actually the last tank. We have Xiphophorus calmani, the brass swordtail that comes from Lago di Catamaco. Same where the Xiphophorus milleri comes from, and the Limia islai. So I think I just have this group of fry now, so hopefully these will grow up. These are real nice fish when they grow up. Nice big robust sword. So at some point these might move to a bigger tank, but we'll see how that turns out. So that's it. Um, so all right, I think that's all the tanks. So um, I'm going to turn the light back on so I'm not blind in here because it's been a little bit dark. So yeah, I've got a pretty nice group of those going now. The Jesus Maria, so might be ready to maybe part with a couple. Maybe I'll take some of the ALA. We'll see. So yeah, with that, let me turn on my my light, and we'll go ahead and we'll head back inside. Go ahead and then kind of finish things up, and then turn you guys over to Bentley. So give me a couple minutes to head inside, and then we'll get everything wrapped up here. All right, we're back. So let me go ahead and go through here. So Beto says, add the Jesus Maria. We're definitely on my list. Excuse me. You're welcome, Leroy. I'm glad to do the tour. Hello, Skipper. Glad you guys enjoyed it. So Beto liked the Eisenai and Variata. Okay, cool. So, all right. I think it's 9:03, so I think it's my time to turn it over to Bentley. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. So sorry about the technical difficulties in the beginning, but we got it going, and hope you guys had a good time. So with that, we'll see you guys next week, and look for a video on Sunday.